In this video, we go back to Car Wash Falls, but we take a much different route on the way home. We definitely a much better day, definitely a much better drive, and we see some new sights. So hope you enjoy this video. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Thanks for watching. Let's toast to that. All these people can stare. I don't care about that. This is my pity party. I'm gonna cry all night and I'll We got up and got a fairly early start. I'm going to remove most of the road riding that I've shown in the other video. And we're going to head out and we're going back to Car Wash Falls. I'm calling this Car Wash Falls 2.0. We take more of a direct route to get there now that we know how to get there. We took more of a road route, so I'll cut out quite a bit of that as well. And then we take a totally different way home, so we get to see some new sights. So I hope you enjoy this video. This was such a pretty view. We had to pull over for just a minute and get out and take a few photos before we headed on. It is a little overcast today, and it's much colder than it was the other day, so no playing in the water today. This was a really pretty drive. We took mostly roads getting there back the way we came home from Ozarks Cafe. It's a much quicker route, so you still have to get on 123 and ride some, but that's not a busy road, so that's fine. So we jumped on it, we ran up. We were going the opposite direction, so we crossed the one-lane bridge and then turn on Car Wash Falls. or the road to Car Wash Falls. This time we crossed the water without investigating it first because, as I said, it was pretty cold and we weren't going in that water and wandering around. This was the old one-lane bridge and pretty cool to cross it. Here's the water we got out and walked through to make sure it wasn't too deep on the last video for Car Wash Falls. This time I was not going to play in it because it's pretty chilly out. So we just kind of drove on through it. We knew it wasn't deep after going the other day. So pretty drive through here. We definitely enjoyed coming back over here. And then instead of after we go through Car Wash Falls, instead of taking the road to go to the right and crossing the long, painful mountain, we come up and turn left and take mainly roads back. But it's a pretty drive, so I hope you enjoy it. And here we are back at Car Wash Falls area. So cool, such a pretty drive, such a fun drive. And once again, we have to stop in the waterfalls a little bit and just look around. Just beautiful.
Sometimes love is a dancer in the dark, spinning, laughing, twirling through the back door of your heart. And every time I think of you, well, something happens in my mind. And every time I try to leave, keeping me occupied. I'm losing track of time. I'm losing track of time. Sometimes love is a thought we held too long. Sometimes it's alright just to be a little wrong, with no sense of consequence, the strength to carry on. The day breaks and with situations in your mind, and you try to sleep it off, but night keeps on passing by. You're losing track of time. Losing track of time. Sometimes love is a reason to hold on, blowing like a hurricane right inside of me and you. No blues or avenues can take away my stride. When love's standing holding hands right here by my side. So if you wanna take a ride and see what happens down the road, find yourself a pair of gloves and get yourself a warmer coat. Oh yes, we'll be doing fine. Just losing track of
We came down to the water crossing and found a perfect place to stop for lunch. And had I remembered to pack lunch, the sandwiches, it would have been awesome. So I did have snacks, and that was fortunate. So at least we had something to eat. But we wanted to drive across the bridge. It's not that I've forgotten was going the wrong direction or anything. I just wanted to go across the bridge and then turn around and go back across it. The water there was crystal clear. It was just beautiful. We did see some fish in there and would have loved to have got down there and played in it, but it was pretty nippy out. So we just decided to head on up the road and see what else we could find. But the view here is beautiful, even with the cloudy weather. It was pretty busy road. We saw quite a few people, several Jeeps, several other side-by-sides, some rock climbers, a number of people. This is fairly busy road, but very fun and very easy drive. This was an easy day, an easy drive, nothing tough. We had met up with these guys where we stopped for lunch, and they're here to do some rock climbing. So hopefully they found what they were looking for and were able to enjoy the day. It was a little wetter today, but it was a beautiful drive through here. We really enjoyed this drive. We got some views. In the Ozarks, it's hard to get really good views. You get peaks of views, but still very pretty. We enjoyed it a lot and had a great time on this drive. We kind of think this is where the climbers meant to stop, but I'm sure they figured it out. We found another pretty area that just to pull up and look around, and it was getting later in the day at this point because we'd taken our time getting here, so we're gonna kind of head back. But what a pretty view! The camera doesn't do justice to how pretty this is. It's overcast, so that's part of it. Plus, I had to cut so much out to make the video short enough to be within reasonable limits. But it's such a pretty drive, and this was an easy drive home, mostly road riding, just a nice, easy day out looking around at the sights. It was definitely cooler here today. This was April 20th, and it was definitely cooler here than it had been. So we were bundled up a little more, but what a pretty, pretty drive home. Up here on the right, you'll see this nice green grassy field, just beautiful. I'm sure coming into spring, they're getting all the rain, and but it's just gorgeous. It certainly is a pretty area. This was much more rural drive, going up and going on past the waterfall and going to the left. Pretty rural area and just beautiful views. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, all that good stuff. And we will see you down the road. When we leave here, we're going to hang out in Waco a little bit, and then we're going to go on to Moab. So lots more riding videos when we get out to Moab.
Under the thumb of a cold air, a calling from something that's out there somewhere, wondering when we'll be departing from here. Anyone else would go back inside, but we set out to walk 1,000 good miles from our hometown, leaving everyone behind as their slow fires die down. Once we left, we found it harder and harder to slow down, 'cause we set out to walk 1,000 good miles from our hometown. 1,000 good miles. The years have come and gone, but we're right where we feel we belong. And anyone else would have turned back by now, but we set out to walk 1,000 good miles from our hometown, leaving everyone behind as their slow fires die down. Once we left, we found it harder and harder to slow down. Yeah, we